Welcome back, students. Tonight we're going to be solving question number 4 from the in-class practice worksheet I gave you December the 3rd on System of Inequalities. First equation, you notice it's already in slope-intercept form, so we're going to go ahead and find m and b. M is equal to negative 5/3, whereas b is equal to a positive 3. We always start with b, so we come down dd, origin, and we're going to go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3, and that's where our first dot's going to be. Now we come over here to the slope, and you notice it's negative 5/3. Negative 5 is the rise, and you're always running to the right, so we're going to have to run 3 units. So we go back to our original point, and we go down 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to run to the right 3 units. 1, 2, 3, and that's where our next dot is. Now we just need to decide, is it inclusion or exclusion? So we come over here and we look at our comparison operator and we realize it is inclusion. So we're going to come over here to our 2 dots and we're going to connect it with a straight line and put arrows on the ends. That's an ugly arrow, but you get the gist. So now we're going to decide what is our half plane. We choose an easy point to work with that's not on the graph. Always choose 0, 0 as long as this line is not on 0, 0. So we're going to come over here and use 0, 0 in our equation. Y is less than or equal to negative 5/3 x plus 3. Y goes to 0. The inequality stays the same. The negative 5/3 does not change. The x goes to 0. And the positive 3 stays the same. This is going to cancel out to give us 0. And 0 plus 3 is 3. So we are reduced to 0 is smaller than or equal to 3. Well, that is a true statement. Since it's true, that means we are going to shade everything on this side of the line which heads toward that 0, 0. Now, our next goal is to graph the second equation. So let's come up here to the second equation, and since we know this equation is already in slope-intercept form as well, we're going to find m, which is negative 1/3, and b, which is negative 1. Using b at negative 1, we're going to go back to the origin and going to go down 1 and put a dot right there. Now we're ready for our slope. Notice our slope is negative 1 for the negative 1 for the rise and positive 3 for the run. So we're going to go down 1 unit and run to the right 3 units. So let's go down 1 unit, run to the right 3 units, and right here is our second ordered pair. Notice what happens when we try to use it again. If we go down 1 unit, we go over 1, 2, and we cannot go over 3 units, which is fine because we have 2 dots. So we're going to go ahead and connect them with a line. So we come up here and we look and we realize we're supposed to be using a dashed line. So let's go back to our line and use a dashed line. Put arrows on the end to indicate it is a line. And now we're ready to check for our half plane. We come back over here and we look at 0, 0, and notice the red line is not crossing on 0, 0. So we are going to use the ordered pair 0, 0 again with the equation y is greater than negative 1/3 x minus 1. Alright, so here we go. Y goes to 0. Inequality symbol stays the same. The negative 1/3 does not change. X goes to 0 and negative 1 stays the same. Well, this right here, again, we cancel it out. It goes to 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So our final solution is 0 is greater than negative 1, which also happens to be a true statement. Since this is a true statement, we're going to come over here and now we're going to shade this part of the graph. But remember, we are only interested where both half planes cross. So we are only going to shade this area in here, only between the boundary lines, because that is where they both cross. And now we have our solution. Remember, if you're tired of losing points in Mr. Pedro's class, you should always double check your solutions. Well, we kind of already did, because did you remember that the 0, 0 is look in both planes? And both times it came out true and true. So we are done with this question. Thank you very much, and I'll be posting another video for another question on the same worksheet in just a moment.